So that's what I call the beast. See, everybody's waiting for the beast to come, and that's the power of the beast. Everybody's waiting for the beast to show up in the future. You know, the biblical beast. I believe that the beast is an energy that opposes consciousness. It's what lulls people into a state of apathy. It's what provides everything that makes us so comfortable we stop reaching. We stop growing. We forget how to be creative. It's the antithesis of consciousness. As you might see that the consciousness as a light-generated matrix that is pulsing and growing, you might see the beast energy as a dark matrix of energy. And the two are intertwined because everything is juxtapositioned in balance. There is a shadow side to consciousness. There is always a shadow side, light and shadow, each bearing attention upon the other, and evolution coming forth from the center. So the beast isn't the be-all, end-all, and doesn't have to be the total and absolute destruction. It is that which challenges the light or consciousness to greater knowledge and ability for presentation of itself. I think that the darkness, the shadow, serves for the light to grow. I think if we understand it in that way, as almost a thorn in the side, the grain of sand in the oyster that agitates and agitates and agitates until it becomes the pearl, we will see that even the shadow side to life bears some importance into the evolutionary process. Without shadow, how can we recognize light? Why are shadows present? Shadows are present because light has found something of substance to cast itself upon, and in casting itself upon that something of substance has created a shadow. So we might say that light has found something that obstructs its path, and because this something obstructs its path, there is a shadow. Does that make the shadow evil? Does it make the shadow bad? As light changes its positioning during the course of the day, the shadow will change its position and eventually disappear. Light has not resisted the shadow. Light has simply maintained a steadiness of its natural presence and the natural course of its direction.
It's also allowed for shadow.
It's allowed for shadow. Yes. It's allowed for that which stood before it, upon which it cast itself. Now you understand the path of least resistance. You see? But there is in this three-dimensional construct, and this is something that we cannot get away from, something that severely opposes the evolution of consciousness. There is that which severely opposes the evolution of consciousness. I have come up against it numerous times in my life. And usually when I'm just about to grow or expand, or I'm working toward that growth and that expansion, here comes this opposition. It is not because I believe that there has to be opposition, because I don't. Because I don't believe there has to be opposition, I don't resist it. I allow it. I understand it. I continue forward. I don't become paralyzed. I continue my movement, and in many times, because that opposition has shown up, I become more creative in my endeavor. There is that which opposes the evolution of consciousness. I stopped seeing it as a bad thing a long time ago. It is a natural state of being that opposes this evolution. Therefore, then we would say the beast is about death and destruction, opposing evolution, stands and wants to obstruct life. That is its nature, that is its purpose. It's gonna manipulate the media into putting the little girls on TV so the predators can watch them and have an air of legitimacy and whatever. And what you need to remember about that faction is that faction feels legitimate to itself, just as you feel legitimate to yourself in your process of seeking consciousness. Just as we feel legitimate to ourselves in our process of seeking greater awareness of ourselves as consciousness, the dark feels as legitimate to itself as the light feels to itself.